Is anyone else looking forward to the 2023 season? Although I can't guarantee anything, I think we have a good shot at success. This is what Klay reported in his Instagram live video. That's cool because so do I and the rest of the Warriors fan base, including Steve Kerr and the rest of the Warrior team. For the past 15 months, the Warriors have been on a mission of vengeance. Recalling the Warriors' crushing 2021 playoff loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, which effectively ended the Warriors' 2020 campaign. And now I turn the question back to you. Did you anticipate the ferocity with which these Warriors arrived? Or did you really believe that a squad captained by the best skydivers of all time wouldn't be able to run rival squads out of the gym on their own? Simply put, these men are now significantly more dangerous. Over the course of their recent revenge tour, the Warriors maintained a low profile. One Grizzlies player's strength in numbers tweet after the team's regular season loss particularly irked me. It's going to be retweeted multiple times by me. I feel terrible that I had to sit through that. This clown is exactly how I feel about myself. I'll accept your apologies. In that moment, that thought suddenly came to mind. I'm going to make fun of us like you've never been in that situation before, dude. Believe us, we understand. We have the experience necessary to return. Put that on hold. In an interview, Klay made the following statement. Thanks to Klay Thompson, who has been the team's emotional scribe through thick and thin, the Warriors have been able to win 4 NBA championships in 8 seasons. Klay and the Warriors are not oblivious to the fact that some have speculated that John Moran's injury and Dillon Brooks' suspension gave the Warriors an unfair advantage in the 2022 NBA Finals, and I won't be specific about who it is. I'm sure the rest of the Warriors won't appreciate the fact that I know Klay keeps track of every penny he spends. Truth be told, they've been hearing this for years. We've been consistently reaching the championship round and bringing home 4 chips every year. It makes sense that they had some good fortune in their recent past. But it's the wrong time and the wrong place to say that the 2022 Warriors were lucky to win another championship. Because I believe that the Warriors' own contributions are being overlooked. Has it already been forgotten that Klay Thompson has been out for 3 years due to injury and has only played 5 months of competitive basketball? Has it really been that long since we stopped caring that Klay Thompson has scored 50 or 60 points before and made 9 threes in a quarter? But are we really going to forget that the Warriors were never at full strength? As I was saying, Klay was getting back into the swing of things. Returning to full game speed and steadiness was still a work in progress for him. Since he won't have to worry about his body holding him back during the offseason, Klay should be better than ever when the new season starts. In his prime as an NBA player, he is still only 32 years old. Now, before his injury, he was undeniably one of the top 10 players in the NBA and one of the top 5 nuclear scorers of basketball from anywhere on the court. Any further disrespect from Klay will not be tolerated. In addition, the Warrior bench features a number of up-and-coming stars such as Poole and Andrew Wiggins, who are part of a potent small ball lineup for the team. So much of what I saw from this team last year gave me reason to believe they are capable of winning 70 or more games again if all of their pieces perform to their full potential. There's a 7-footer who can move, shoot, and play both ends of the court, but he was once drafted 2nd overall and missed the entire season due to injury. James Wiseman will return. Only 20 years old, Jonathan Kuminga has already shown the kind of supreme talents the Warriors will feature off the bench. Mose Moody is just one more young star on the rise. And what about Dante DiVincenzo? A nimble young guard who can hit the 3-point shot better than average and thrives in transition. The Warriors would benefit from having him in their system because of his ability to provide instant offense off the bench. We can finally stop talking about how good the starters are and start talking about how talented the Warriors are from top to bottom for the first time in years. In an earlier video, I discussed how I believe this squad has the potential to be as explosive as the Warriors' 2015 and 2016 teams. There are a lot of parallels that can be drawn, and I think people are starting to see that. The Warriors' bench and supporting cast is the only defining characteristic of the team before and after KD's arrival. At one point, the Warriors' opening 5 were all All-Stars. And to help put things in perspective, an average conference will have 12 Eastern All-Stars and 12 Western All-Stars. 5 of the league's 12 All-Stars were on the Warriors roster. Even though DeMarcus Cousins didn't make the All-Star team during his time with the Warriors, he still managed to post impressive stats of 27 to 12-5. A year ago, while playing for the Pelicans, he was widely considered the league's top center. But like I was saying, at best, the Warriors had an aging Andre Iguodala off the bench and a bunch of younger players who weren't used to the big state reputation of the team. In 2015 and 2016, the Warriors' bench was the best in the NBA, and it wasn't even close. When Steph, Klay, and Draymond took a break, the Warriors' bench unit, led by Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston, would add to the team's lead. Ultimately, that was the deciding factor, and the Warriors jumped from a dazzling 67 victories in 2015 to an NBA record 73 victories the following year. Is it safe to assume that I am predicting that the Warriors will have another 70-plus win season? Well, they could, but with the current state of player resting, teams are more concerned with having a fully healthy roster for the playoffs than with gaining a slight advantage in the standings. I don't see any team making winning 70 games or more a priority anytime soon. But what I am saying is that the Warriors as a whole have the most well-rounded team in basketball, and that to my knowledge, no other team in the NBA has a second unit that can compete with the Warriors. The Warriors have 3 promising lottery picks from 2 of the last 3 drafts in James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody, who they selected with the 14th pick in the 2021 NBA draft, all of whom would be starting for the team if they opted to stick with their small ball lineup with Draymond Green at the 5 that ultimately got them into the finals as the most explosive scoring team in basketball. And yes, I am aware that neither of those guys has developed into an all-star or even a star yet, but I also know that being drafted high in the draft means you are probably pretty good at the game and have some high expectations to meet. Who else in basketball has such a deep bench full of young, promising players? And if you were to inquire as to the Warriors' plans for the upcoming season and their strategy for defending their title and winning another championship in June, what would they say? As it turns out, the answer is elementary. They plan to use the age-old you-know-what's-coming-but-can-you-stop-it tactic in the NBA. They have one of the best starting 5s in basketball and other strengths, including elite long-range shooting, incredible depth, and a great coaching staff. The Warriors have been using this strategy since the previous fall of 2014. For almost 9 years, the same formula has been used. All eyes will be on how their superstars like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and even Jordan Poole perform. Steph is still performing at a high level. A lot has been said already about Klay. Draymond's value hasn't diminished at all even now. In addition, Jordan Poole has contributed to the development of a formidable offensive identity for this squad, as evidenced by the fact that there are now 3 players in the starting lineup capable of scoring 40 or more points on any given night. So if you're thinking even remotely like I am, the 2023 Golden State Warriors will once again pose serious competition for the rest of the NBA. Subscribe to our channel now to get more news about the Warriors.